Hello, hello.
Hi.
Release day again. Love these days. An excuse to put on makeup, be fabulous, celebrate another book. Hey, why don't you introduce yourself and then we can say hi to the people in the chat and then talk about your book a little and then answer questions.
Yeah. So I'm Kay Adams. I wrote this book. And it came out today. It's about two enemy princesses who have to work together to stop the war between their kingdoms and the continent. That beautiful map. Yeah, there are pirates and necromancers and sirens and moon magic. And I think it's a really cool book, and I'm really excited that it's finally out in the world. Yeah, I painted my nails sort of special for the occasion.
I love that.
The color is called the color is called Sea by Night, which I thought was like super appropriate for the book cover. So
yeah. You can't really get more perfect, not just for the cover, but also like what's in the story.
Lots of seafaring and magic and night and stars and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, my top today says celestial bodies because your intro is always like for people, girls who stare at the star to feel things, and so I was like, this feels like it.
And I got my little star earrings on as well.
I love that. So we're on theme.
Of course.
I was not going to bleach my hair completely white, but it is getting longer. Still not as long as
It's pretty long.
It's not your main character or Rapunzel length long, but
when you leave it like that though, like right in front,
it looks like it goes beyond forever.
It's just out of frame, so it like looks longer.
Yeah, I just wanted you to be able to read the beautiful words of celestial bodies, but now that we're there, I can just pretend that I haven't. I'm like pre whatever transformation of being touched by like moon magic or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you go into? I can't remember. Like it does. I don't think it ever says that she was born with a different hair color. Like it was just she just has.
I don't think I touch on it in book 1.
Yeah, that's.
But yeah. Who knows? There's a whole second book in the series, so look at her.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is some of the character art that if you pre-ordered, you get that.
Because I was traveling through time zones, I actually didn't have a chance to shut down the forum. So if you know anyone who pre-ordered the book and hasn't uploaded their form, tell them to get on it now because I will be closing it at the end of this stream.
Yeah.
So
you still have a chance to get beautiful character art done by the amazing Georgina Donnelly.
Yes, and
who has done so much art for us.
Yes.
For some of the other authors as well.
Yeah, also did Samantha Tronfeld's character art, excuse me, of the main characters. So may or may not be returning to amazing Georgina for future art stuff. But we have your fellow Inimitable authors saying hi. We have Veronica, we have Sam,
hello.
Whose book came out a week ago, which was like, closer than we ever expected, but it works because you're also both in Canada. So
yeah, and like I'm moving back to Toronto like next week.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I'm just excited because now I'm going to be closer to Jessie and we're going to go properly celebrate.
Awesome. I love that for you both. So talked about the book. We talked about how you're dressed for the theme. And you had some questions submitted through Instagram. Oh my god. I'm not sick. Tell that to my body though. And we're just gonna jump around with these questions.
Mm-hmm.
Your Inimitable authors came through, so I love that for you.
I love them. Love you.
Jesse asked, what is your perfect writing session atmosphere?
Ooh. It's been so long since I've like had a chance to sit down and write. But I think it would just be like nice little lit candle off to the side, definitely some snacks that I will forget to eat because I get too focused sometimes and I forget to eat or drink.
I do that as well. Go us.
And definitely coffee. Like there has to be a coffee there. But yeah, just anywhere. I'm moving to a place that like so the last like 4 years I lived in a basement apartment and I couldn't access like the windows because they were up too high. And then now I'm moving to a place where there's like gonna be windows because I'm gonna be on like the 19th floor or something.
Ooh.
Or maybe it's the 9th floor. I don't actually know.
There's A9 in there and it's not the basement. So
Yeah. So there's gonna be a window, so I'm hoping I can like put my desk underneath the window and like actually have fresh air for once in like 5 years.
I hope that for you as well.
Yeah.
That would be great. Okay. But I like that answer. Not asked here. What snacks are you thinking? They don't have to be like this
Ooh.
doesn't have to be something that you have all the time, but like a snack you would enjoy.
I am very partial to both chips and chocolate. So I have like both a very sweet and very like salty tongue tooth. Like
I'm the same way. Yeah. And it's very funny if I'm, if I'm with family or something and I'm like, oh, like, and they're like, oh, do we want junk food? I'll be like, yeah. And they'll be like, which one do you want? Because they'll like, exactly. That's always my answer. And they're like, well, we were trying to be healthy. I was like, that went out the window the moment you said we're buying junk food. So.
yeah. And like I have chips right in front of me. But obviously like I won't be eating them on the live stream because they're crunchy. But like sometimes if I have chocolate, I can eat those quietly on the live streams, but yeah. I don't have chocolate right now.
Exactly. Or
yeah.
you're the moon and you may land among the stars, which is so astronomically incorrect. But the saying here.
Yeah, there's no stars between us and the moon. Like,
okay, buddy. Yeah. It's funny how sayings stay after they've been disproven. Anyway. Okay, let's do a question from Sam, which is kind of appropriate to what I just said. Do you have a favorite constellation?
Ooh. I don't know, like I just really like looking at space. It's just so pretty. And I know I can't answer the moon because that's not a constellation. But the moon is just so pretty. Orion is obviously like very easy to pick out. So like that one is just always like, there it is. And I'm a Pisces, so I feel like I like the Pisces constellation. But then there's also like the Big Dipper. Like I don't know. I really like space.
Yeah.
Anything that just like looks pretty.
Yeah. Orion's belt is easy. Pisces, when I can find it, I think it's so pretty, but oftentimes I feel like, am I seeing it or am I not? And then just alone, I took an astronomy class in undergrad and they were constantly like, find the North Star. And you're like, okay, Polaris is, and then whatever math we had to do, which was the less fun part of that class. But yeah.
Yeah. I think just like space in general, to be honest. Like eventually I'm going to get like a constellation, like just universes on this arm. Because that's where I have like the two little hands holding the sun and moon, which are I got those to represent the two main characters in my book.
Uh-huh.
I often refer to, obviously, Calais as the moon because she has the moon powers.
Yes.
And then Evan is the sun because she has like sun-kissed hair and like
Yes.
the like yellow gold eyes. So I'm like, that's why I got that tattoo.
If people want to see that.
She's my little fiery
Yeah.
pirate captain.
I love her. I normally can't decide which one I love more, but there are times where Evan just says something and I'm like, I think right now in this moment you're like number one.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems like I'm creating segues without meaning to. Holly asked, which character are you most like and why?
I am probably more like Evan. I'm not like as angry as she is. Like she is very rightfully so angry at the world.
Yeah.
I thankfully have not experienced what she has experienced. But I put a little bit of myself into her. Like she has dermatillomania, which is like skin picking, and like anxiety and stuff like that. So I put a little bit more of myself into her. And she like has like closed off her heart, kind of like she's scared to love because of what happened to her. And I'm like, I'm a little bit like that. Like I find some things are harder to like break me out of my shell, and that's Evan.
That makes sense. I think, I don't know. I feel like at my heart, I'm more Evan, and I think maybe people see me more as Calais.
Yeah.
And like I like both. It's also funny because I am like a Pisces Aries cusp. So to me, I'm like both, or like, you know, I'm happy. I really love your character. So I'm not like, like, oh, really? I wish you had said I was more like XYZ. I would have been like, great. Either way. So we know the characters physically fight each other. I mean, the book description literally starts with climb the tower, kill the princess. And let's just say the princess doesn't go down without a fight. Maybe doesn't really. I mean, there's a whole lot of book after that encounter. So it's not exactly a.
That's like
chapter.
It's like chapter 3 or something. They're just fighting to the death. Like.
Yes, but Natalie asked, did any characters fight you during the writing process?
Surprisingly, I think it was Calais the most. Obviously, like, to me, this is her book. Even though it's told from the two main perspectives, it's her book. But Evan was just like, she was there right from the beginning. She was just always that angry, vengeful person. But during like initial revisions, I tried to give Calais more. In this book, in the final printed version, she is very lonely. She doesn't have like any friends on her island. She doesn't really have any autonomy. And I tried in different versions of it to give her a friend, to give her people that like cared for her on her island, that stayed or did not stay with her throughout the story, but it just didn't work. And I was just like, I don't know if it's because she needs to be lonely, but like she seemed to fight me a little bit trying to get settled on like, okay, who is she? What does she need at the end of the story? But eventually she cooperated, and we'll see what happens in book 2 if she still cooperates.
Yes, I suppose we will. I like that answer though. Do you think so? If this is Kelly's book and book 2 is maybe a little bit more Evan's book.
It's Evan's book,
Do you
yeah.
think it'll? Did she like fight at least in the draft that you handed in to me? Just a little bit, without obviously no spoilers for book 2. Did she fight you like Kelly did? Now that it was like her story being told, or was she still like, nah, I'm good?
No, Evan was still good. Even Calais was still fighting me in book 2 a little bit. Right?
I mean, they both have. I don't want to say that like had an easy time. There's like some, I don't know, really messed up trauma, like right, that kicks her off.
Just a little. But yeah, no, Evan just always seemed to be like solidified, like as a character. Like she didn't go through many changes. She was just always that character.
Got it. I'm very excited to start editing book 2. Is not happening yet. There's 2 sequels that I'm like editing now, but it'll be
every so often I'll just like go back and reread it because I'm like, this book is so good.
That's good. That's a good reaction to feel, because I feel like a lot of people will read their own work and then be like, oh. So
it's so good. Yeah. I like Sam's little comment there.
I'm gonna pop it up.
Definition of a little try. It's just a little.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what it means.
I mean, it sets off the course of the entire book.
I know. So minor. Is that better, Sam? If we call it minor instead of little? If Merriam-Webster or something was like watching us, they'd be like, it's also not the definition. We'd be like, we're being cheeky.
Just a little cheeky.
Yeah.
Also, I just wanted to say, I bought this wine because I was like, I need to celebrate. Like,
it looks fun.
Have some wine on the live stream because that's what you do when you celebrate, I guess.
Would they be drinking that here?
That's exactly why I bought this, because it's an island nation kind of drink. But also this brand, Girls Night Out.
Okay, that's what I thought it said, but the context was
the lighting's not that great.
It's fine.
But
you don't have to be like makeup guru, whatever. And okay, so Girls Night Out.
The first time that I tried this wine was at the Wander Writers Retreat in Toronto a few years ago, which is the first time I met you in person.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is just appropriate now.
Full circle. Totally works. Had I known, I would have tried to find it and gotten it as well. But yeah, hey yo.
Yes, because Jesse introduced me to this brand.
So now that you're going to be living closer to each other, you're just going to be drinking that during all your sequel revision/writing sessions?
Yeah, why not?
Love that. Okay, so if I reach something, I'll be like, should I be drinking the wine to set the mood so I'm in the same mindset?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see the next question. Actually, you know what? Tell us how it tastes. How does it taste being a published author?
How does it taste? Let's see. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that is so good.
I love that.
It tastes like an island.
I mean, I would hope so. Otherwise, that's just disappointing where it's like, this is the label. Where is it?
It very much has a pineapple flavor, and I love pineapple.
I love pineapple.
I was hoping for a little bit more of the I don't like coconut, to be honest, But I was hoping for a little bit more of the coconut because in the book, Calais is always just like, I want some
Coconut.
coconut in my coffee, please.
Exactly. I'm not gonna find the right page on the first shot. I'm not that one. That was exactly what I was thinking of.
Like there's this whole scene where Evan brings her a cup of coffee, and Evan's just like, I don't know why you like this stuff. And Clay is just like, consider some coconut. And Evan's like, huh? A what?
Yeah.
And when I wrote that, I was thinking of that
Yes.
scene from Moana.
Exactly. Hold on. I opened to a scene when they're on land, and yet it was the wrong one. So yeah, I'm not gonna find it.
That's okay.
But also, I was like, you know what? It could have been worse because at least there's something tying to it. But yeah, no, that's not the consider some coconut.
Also, this is not my dog. I'm at my friend's house and they have 2 dogs. And this one is a little love bug. And her name is Cosmo, which I think is just perfect.
Celestial bodies, Cosmo.
Yeah.
You're not drinking a Cosmo, but you're drinking something else that, you know, we can tie to the book. So
yeah, exactly.
Hitting all the bases.
Yeah.
Okay, we've kind of talked about it a little, but let's do another question from Holly. How many books will be in this series, the Dark Depths series?
The Dark Depths is a duology. So there is this one, and there is book 2, which is going to be Evan's book. And I'm not allowed to say what the title is yet, because...
Correct.
I've not signed anything for it yet, so...
That, and also, even once you do sign out, I'm like, I'd like to do a title reveal so we can, like, drum up some extra excitement.
Yeah. But I think the title goes really well with the title of this book, so...
It does. It absolutely does. I'm thinking maybe we'll do, like, a game or something. Okay. Maybe, like... I mean, there may or may not be something related to hanging in the first book, so we could do, like, Hangman.
Yeah.
For the title of the second one. And you can take that as any way you think, whether gallows or hanging off the side of a tower, like, you know, and maybe another fairy tale princess with very long hair does when escaping.
Maybe.
Okay. Veronica asked, as a reader, what's your favorite trope? And as a writer, do you find yourself implementing that trope? Which is a question that we used to ask on the Writers Podcast, which is on hiatus, but it has a lot of fun, you know, interviews and stuff about writing craft if people want to listen.
Yeah. As a reader, my favorite trope, honestly, like, I love a good enemies to lovers. When it's done well. When it's like proper enemies. Not people who are just like, I don't get along with you. But like people who are actively trying to kill each other. That's just always really exciting because it leads into so many other things, like knife to the throat, which is super fun.
Yes.
Could lead to wound tending, which is super fun. Not saying that all of these show up in my book, but they do. I also realized that, like, I do like reading a lot of, like, found family or chosen family.
Love that.
But that's never been my favorite thing to write, which it happens in this book. Don't get me wrong, like, it's a very big part of this book is a chosen family. But it's not my favorite trope to write.
It's not like you can only write one trope, what is it? And that would not be your pick. But it's not that you don't pick it.
Yeah. Like, it's not like an active part of my drafting process. If it happens, it happens. But that's not, like, what I'm actively trying to make happen. It just happy accident. But what do I like to write as a reader? I mean, as a writer. Obviously, enemies to lovers. Like, I love reading that and I love writing that. Give me other tropes. I've completely forgotten every single trope that exists in the world.
Enemies to lovers. I feel like who did this to you has become a trope on its own. But I mean, in enemies to lovers, it's normally the other person. So that's a little bit funny.
Yeah. It's like wound tending. Who did this to you? You did. Like,
yeah. So, and in this case, it's a literal. You did this to me. It's not funny when you're reading it, but like talking about it in this context is like, yeah, that's irony. There's a good twist on a lot of tropes right there.
Yeah.
Found family talked about. Is shitty parents a trope, or is that just like an expectation of like young adult fiction?
I don't know if it's an expectation. Because, like, I mean, it does happen quite frequently in young adult, I think, but I
don't think Inimitable is publishing a single young adult book this year or last year that has only good parents.
That's really sad. But also,
I mean, Down the Well by Veronica King. We were asking people who like their least favorite character was for the Behind the Book series, and they all said the parents because they were awful. And then there's yours.
Not some great parents there.
And then also not some great parents in Holly's book coming later this year. Yeah.
Love that.
I don't know. Maybe. But it's not like I'm reading a young adult book being like, I want really nice.
Yeah.
Things. Like if it works in the story, then it like works in the story. So
exactly. Veronica just put like so many tropes, and I'm just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, grumpy sunshine pairing. I mean, I do think there is one of your two who's more grumpy than the other, but
there's no sunshine.
There's not really a sunshine. No. Forbidden Romance, which I would say Heirs of Abundance falls under.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as does Devil's Waltz. So maybe it's something in the Canadian water or air that's happening over there.
Probably.
Then Chosen One.
I do like a good Chosen One, but I like sort of twisting it.
Yeah.
So I feel like this book is kind of a Chosen One because Calais is the only one who has this power. But I feel like Chosen One is also really closely tied to prophecies. But there's no real like prophecy about this. It's just this happened to her. So she's
and
chosen one in that way.
Yeah, and then someone takes something that like isn't written as a prophecy and kind of decides to try and make it real, which would, I guess, then retroactively make the thing a prophecy. But so these are both like kind of, but like not necessarily in the way that you'd like when you first hear it. It's not.
Yeah.
But they both are cool when done well, which I agree with you. When like Enemies to Lovers is done well, I don't mind Rivals to Lovers, but I need to like have my expectations properly set. So you can't say Enemies to Lovers and then it's like they were Rivals to Lovers, and I was expecting a very different dynamic.
Yeah, that's why I'm working on a Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat retelling.
So excited.
Like in the process of working on it because I haven't been able to write for a few months now. But that one is like a dark academia. So it's rivals to something. Because like they're not enemies. They go to school together. Like it's not a school for magic beings for good and evil. Like, it's
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if it's a magic school, then you can have them be straight up enemies, as we have seen throughout fiction. But
no, it's literally just their academic rivals. That's it.
that's exciting, though. Every time you talk about it, I'm like, oh, my favorite musical, and then like Dark Academia and like other things. The Legionnaire has a good parent, not young adult. Camille's parents are something.
Yep.
I mean, they're not as shitty as all the young adult ones I just named. So there's that. Falling in love with your captor, aka Stockholm Syndrome. Yes.
I
just
mean,
keeping it real.
Not saying that happens.
Also not saying that it doesn't. If you squint, you might say yes or no.
I'm pretty sure it's like actually in the book description under the flap. It's like she can't fall in love with her no matter how pretty she is.
Exactly. Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Well, okay, has no choice but to trust her would-be killer. But who can she trust and when it seems Captain Evan is not the only one who wants her dead? Yeah, but no, the pretty thing is later, is like in the actual book. Oh no. Okay, so Evan talking about Calais says she can't trust the enemy no matter how beautiful she is.
Oh yeah.
Then later
so
quality, they both call each other pretty internally. They're not going to give that compliment to the other person. What are they? Open and healthy in expressing their feelings.
I was like listening to the audiobook files, which I love, by the way. Like,
and out now.
They're out now. The narrators did such a good job. And like I'm listening to it and I'm like, these girls are so freaking in love with each other. Every little detail that they talk about the other is so sensual. And I'm like, I wrote that.
You and him. I love it.
I'm just like, can you focus, please? There is a war.
Get it together.
They're like, no, her eyes are so pretty.
You're like, not the point.
Oh, there's a whole war.
That you're kind of trying to stop. It's not that you're both like, oh yeah, there's a war, but like we're actually trying to stay out of it. No.
No. They're the only ones who can do something about it.
Kirkus called it a sapphic fantasy romance series opener brimming with blood and longing. So
there's that longing part, you know.
The longing, yeah. Although right above it, they do at the end of the thing, they do the blood part is a level of body horror to this fantasy. So, you know, it's not just like normal wound. It's like, no, it's a little, we get dark. It's night.
It gets dark. I mean, bone is literally in the title, so I feel like that should give you some hint as to what happens.
I mean, we also keep saying necromancy when talking.
That's true.
So you know, like some people could be like, oh, if you're saying the word bone, it could be like an anatomy lesson, or if you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's a very funny thing. But if it's
my friends had that on when I came here. Not that episode specifically, but like,
yes,
love it.
Okay, we're going off on tangents, so let's
just a little.
I'm gonna pull it back in. Most of the tangents was my fault, so I do understand. I know you said you haven't been able to write in like a bit, but Jesse asked, what are you currently working on? So I guess maybe you could answer with what's the last thing you worked on, or what's the next thing you want to work on?
So
Jewish choice.
Yeah.
Yes, that, yeah.
So I was working on my Dark Academia Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat retelling, which is a mouthful to say. But like the scope of that story, I'm just absolutely in love with it. It was inspired partially by a Taylor Swift lyric, which does not lend itself to Dark Academia for the most part, except for the new album. Whenever that comes out, I'm so excited to listen to it. I feel like that's for the writers.
Clearly, but what's the lyric? Because now I'm.
It was, Oh, I wrote it down. Where did I write it down? That's the question. I don't even know what the song is. I want to say Paris off
Okay.
of the latest album. Do.
While Kay is looking this up, if you have other questions that you did not get to submit through Instagram, ask them in if we have time. Or maybe we'll just run over an hour, because still have fun. Unless Kay has somewhere to be, with real life celebrations and things like that.
I did not write it down anywhere, but it's something like declare your truth. Declare your truth, and I don't know, something about the tower at midnight.
Oh, I just okay. I think I just saw that.
Paris.
Yeah.
Write your truth and swooping.
Confess my truth in swooping, sloping, cursive letters. Let the only flashing lights be the tower at midnight.
Yes. So let the only flashing lights be the tower at midnight, which obviously is the Eiffel Tower, but that gave me the idea of this like beacon in the middle of a city, just being like, just like this little beacon, almost like a lighthouse, like just swirling around with this light. And I'm like, how do we make it spooky? So it's about monsters. But I don't know too much about it yet because it's still in the very early stages. And it's called
also a lighthouse in Heirs.
I write about towers a lot, apparently.
Yeah.
And then earlier this year, I watched a TikTok where this person had made a villain song for Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And I was just like, ooh, idea. Why not write a book about Belle being the villain? Hi. So I'm working.
Stockholm syndrome. So
true. So I'm working on a Beauty and the Beast retelling where she's the villain, kind of. So that one's all very dark and moody, and I'm not even like one chapter into it, but I'm very excited for that one. So now that I have all this time being jobless, I'm gonna go back to writing, and I'm very excited for it.
I'm excited for the writing. I understand the other part of that sentence can be stressful.
Just a little.
If you could name these two lovely characters for their ship, what would the ship name be and why? That's from Chantel.
Oh, their ship name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, I thought that question was like, if I had a boat, what would I call the boat?
No, that is not the question. And thank you, Eva, for that heads up. Because in the comment by the book is the proper link. Oops, that's embarrassing.
That's okay.
I think it's saved. I think I had bad internet or something when I was setting.
If they were to have a ship name, I was just about to say Kevin.
Oh my god, I love that. But now I'm thinking of Up, which obviously Kevin is spelled very differently than that, but this is
I don't like Kevin.
no, but it's funny.
It's funny. I hadn't even thought of it before because I was just like, that's who they are.
Eve.
I mean, it could be like Callan, but
sounds very white guy for
I don't think it works. I think Kevin is the only one that makes sense. I'm sticking with it. They're Kevin from now on. Exactly. It'd be spelled that way. I realized when I gave the audiobook narrators like a pronunciation guide for Evan, I like spelled it out in a really weird way. Like it was like Evin, like Evan. And I realized I probably could have just said Kevin without the K.
You also could have said Evan, which is a real name, like Dear Evan Hansen.
Oh, yeah. Which I think is a variant of the name that I chose. But I chose that name because it's a variant of Eugene, as in Eugene Fitzherbert from Tangled, because it's a Tangled retelling. So,
yes, yeah. Evan is my nephew's name.
And your name is Eva?
Yes.
They just stuck an N on the end of it? I love that.
Kevin is my cousin's name, but if we start saying like I ship Kevin, it's gonna be
like you ship Kevin with who?
Exactly. He's also very happily married to people. My family will be like, "What?" And I'll be like, "No, see, this is like my job thing, and you're not gonna get it unless you start showing up to all the live streams like you said you would."
Yeah, you gotta watch the replay to understand.
Yeah, if you know, you know. Kevin's a girl? That's from Up. And in this case,
girl.
And in this case, Kevin is girls.
Kevin is two girls.
Exactly.
Support me, maybe.
Harder and you'll understand.
I like the support me, maybe. It just makes me think of the song "Call Me Maybe."
Call Me Maybe. My brain went there. I think we're sharing a brain cell. Oh God. Okay, let's keep going because that's dangerous. You mentioned tattoos earlier. Your hands holding the sun and the moon, representing. I just put down your character art, representing these two because gifted by the moon, has like white hair, powers come from the moon, all those things. Sun-kissed hair, kind of fiery eyes, sun and moon, or whatever. But you have others. And which of all your tattoos, you don't have to show them if you don't want, is your favorite? And the question comes from Sam.
My favorite is probably I have the phases of the moon going around on this arm because I really like the moon. I mean, that's probably like the only reason I got it, because I really like space. But also the stars that are sort of through here are placed in the positions of the constellation on the cover of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which is
I love that.
Probably like my all-time favorite book. And so I was like, let's just add like a little dash of Addie in there.
I like that. For anyone who's wondering, the moon phases are on all of Kelly's chapters, and Evan has
lives. And they change.
Yeah.
So if you weren't able to tell, they do change throughout the book, because the book takes place over a month. Yeah. So Kelly's chapters go from the full moon to the next full moon.
Yeah.
Which I thought was like a cool little thing we did.
Well, I think we start with a quarter somewhere, but yeah, so it very quickly becomes a full moon, and then somewhere in here we have a crescent moon thrown in there. We have different wave types that I cycled through, because obviously the sea is changing as well, so it didn't feel right for me to just pick one wave.
And then on I like this one because this is like my favorite chapter, chapter 15.
That's the one I was looking for.
It's the new moon, so like it's dark and it's just perfect.
Yeah.
And that is such a good chapter.
Yeah. That took me forever though to be like, is this gonna show up properly? Because I had to make this dark enough and the background light enough so that it worked for this.
Yeah.
But worked for all the others. Because like once you had the white on it, it was fine. But I was just like, I need it to be consistent as the background sky. But yeah.
I think it worked beautifully.
Thank you.
It looks so good.
I was quite proud of that idea. And then I sent you, I'm like, which waves do you like? And you're like, can we do multiple? I was like, you know what? Let's just do all of them.
Like all of them. Just alternate.
And then we included that in the ebook, which we normally don't, but because those were like the moon phases were so important. I was like, no, I think I would like to keep those images in. So let me pull it up on my phone, which I just remembered is probably not going to share well. Because sharing screens don't like that. Let me just go to any like normal chapter. I'm not going to show the new moon one again, but so like here, chapter 9.
Oh, I love that. Oh, shush. Shush, shush.
Took me forever and I missed the quarters. Apple does not have. Do they have quarter moon emojis? I feel like I've always looked and I don't remember ever finding it.
It still looks good though.
Yeah, no, it still looks great, but now I'm curious. Oh, they do. Okay, they do. But yeah. So I just searched moon and it has all the phases. And then they have like some other ones where it's like crescent and then like you added faces.
I just noticed your phone case and I love that so much.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
Paid a little bit more money to have this added, but it was still like pretty cheap off Amazon. And I was just like,
yeah.
Okay, let's go back to questions. I'm trying to like mix it up. What are the star signs of your two main characters? If we were assigning like our Western zodiac to them, not that they necessarily have it in the world of Heirs Abundancy.
That's a very good question, and I don't really have an answer. I'm not like I know that I'm a Pisces and I sort of like embody Pisces, but that's all I know.
Kelly's also a Pisces. And I feel like we both embody similar but sometimes varying aspects of it. How about this? You describe your characters and then Kelly pulls through. Hopefully Kelly's still here. Veronica, I'm so sorry. I forgot. We now go by that all the time online. And we do that. You do, though, at times.
You definitely do.
You definitely do. So
at times.
I don't know as much about astrology as you do, Veronica, but you can't lie and say that you're Pisces.
I feel so. Okay, let's describe Calais. She is, at least to start, she's a little bit naive about the world, especially her place in it and what's been going on. But she's loyal. She is like fiercely determined. She's giving Cancer vibes. I don't know what that means. Is that a good thing?
It is. It is.
Um,
She can emotional, caring, sometimes a little waterworksy, but not like always a bad thing.
yeah.
Like if Pisces is you're a dreamer, but like head in the clouds a little bit too much, Cancer is sometimes like
A bit more grounded.
a little bit more grounded, but could also be like empathy to the point where like they're harming themselves.
Yeah, that's giving Cancer. Evan is. I want to say that she's like she should be a fire sign in my head because she's a fiery pirate captain. Like she's angry and hot headed and quick to temper and
Zuko.
yeah. But she also just dreams of the sea. Like she wants to be free. She wants to just set sail and like get rid of all her responsibilities.
It sounds
so
a little bit more like an air sign.
Yeah. So
Except
that's like
Kelly, Veronica, woman of many names, disagrees and said Scorpio, which I'm pretty sure is fire, like straight up fire.
I do not know. But
no, Scorpio's water. Why am I so wrong on that?
See, I was also going to say she should be a water sign because she wants to be on the water. One of my favorite quotes from Evan is, "I was destined for the water."
Yes.
Like,
but like, okay, that line is poetic, and then knowing the context, it was like, we have to move on.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that's a very fun chapter, that one there.
When you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
And when you reach it, if you want to scream into the void that is social media, you can. But you know what would make our day would be to actually tag the publisher and author account so we know that you're in it, that you're in the feels, just like you're meant to be.
It's like towards the back of the book that happens. But yeah, I love that line. Like, I was destined for the water. Like, she just wants to be out on the ocean, just doing her thing with no responsibilities.
What was the TikTok thing? Something, and then it ends with like nobody's daughter, and we were sharing it. We were like, oh, this would be so good, and it like so perfectly fit yours.
Yeah, there's something about water in there. Something about water.
Del Rey, which I knew that. You're in the wind, I'm in the water. Nobody's son, nobody's daughter. I think that's what it is.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's where I was thinking of, like the wind and air thing as well. Yeah. Very moody song. Felt like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Is that the name of the song?
Yes, it's a long song name. Oh no, it's not Blood in the Water, which you would think from her it would be. It's you're in the wind, I'm in the water, nobody's son, nobody's daughter. I don't know.
See, I think the only reason I didn't make a TikTok or a reel to that song was because it said nobody's son, nobody's daughter, and like
and there's no. There is a son in it, but that's not really. They're not. He's not the focus.
Yeah, it's not really his book.
Although, bonus hardcover chapter.
This is true. This is true. He does get his own little special moment.
Okay. We're talking about music. So Jesse asked, music while writing, yay or nay?
Of course. A real, like, probably a few years ago, I would have been like indifferent either way. Like I can do things in total silence and then realize, oh, it's silent. Like this is weird. But now I'm like, I need music all the time. Like if there is not music playing, I'm like, what's wrong with this? And now it's like I need music everywhere, like in the shower, when I'm getting dressed in the mornings. Like music all the time, please.
I'm trying to find your playlist post.
Oh yeah, I made a playlist for them.
And it is not included in the book like it is for The Devil's Waltz. However, I think I am going to add both playlists to like your book pages on the publisher website. But for now, check out K Writes YA on Instagram and see the playlist because it's really good.
It has some really good songs on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't remember ever hearing these songs before, but I added it and they fit the characters so perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah. My Heart's Grave. What a title.
Good stuff on there.
Yes.
But surprisingly, like I don't make playlists for any of the projects that I'm working on. I will just listen to whatever happens to go in my Spotify. So the fact that I actually made a playlist for this one, like I never listened to it while I was writing it. This was just like over the years I found these songs and I'm just like, oh, that kind of fits their vibes. Let's add it.
Yeah.
So other people can listen to it while they read it.
That's cool. Veronica asked, where did the inspiration come from for Heirs of Bone and Sea? You talked a little bit about like your 2 works in progress. But what about for your debut novel?
So for this one, it's such a weird story how it came to be. Back in 2020, just before the pandemic hit. So the pandemic hit in Toronto in March of 2020. So just before then, I had watched on, I think it was on Netflix at the time, the movie Midsummer with Florence Pugh. And like it gave me such like a visceral reaction. Like I was so disturbed by this movie that I had to go like de-stress with my favorite movie, which is Tangled. And I'm like, I'm watching Tangled and I'm like, how come I've never written a Tangled retelling before? At this point I was like, at this point I had never done any kind of retellings. But I had known someone who had done a Tangled retelling and I was just like, let's see what I can like do with this. So I was like watching it, making some notes, being like, how do I make this different? And I'm going to show you the little sort of inspiration for how do I make this different, because it was almost exactly 4 years ago. Almost exactly I wrote this note. It was March 7th, I think.
That is close.
Yeah. Let's see, where is it? So I was like watching it, being like, how do I make this different? And I remembered at the time I was reading Gideon the Ninth. And so the note that I wrote, oh my gosh, you can't even see it.
Okay, if you want to send it to me.
There it is.
There it is. Necromancers.
It just says necromancers with a bunch of exclamation points and question marks. And I'm like, oh? Rapunzel with necromancers? And that was sort of the first inkling of the idea. And like Sam was there right away. She was just like, let's brainstorm this. Let's do this. And it happened because of Sam. So
I mean, if you boil it down very much so. Like, I think you could still say that. So, you know, it's the book is so much more, but you
Definitely
didn't
more.
move away from that either. I feel like sometimes you'll hear a story is inspired by something. You're like, oh, that's a cool jumping off point, and like you can see it, but it's not like super there. And you're like, no, it's there.
It's there. It's been there. It tried to go through some different like iterations. Like at one point, I was like, should there be more emphasis on like the moon goddess and stuff like that, and like death as a character? But it was just always necromancers and Rapunzel. So yeah, that was the inspiration. I watched Midsummer and got so disturbed.
I like that though. Not that you got disturbed, but like it's a cool story. Cool story, bro.
It's a weird little like, oh, that's how it happened. Like I can't just say I watched Midsummer because that has no correlation to the book. But it's like I had to relax after watching that.
I mean,
and I could only do that with Tangled.
Yeah, I mean, it could have. Good night, Veronica.
Thank you.
Let's see what other questions we have. We have gone over an hour, but let's just finish out these questions.
Yeah, sure.
I haven't seen any other questions added to the chat here, and that's okay, because then I think we would keep going forever. So
probably.
Let's do. I'm going to save that question for the end because I feel like that's a really good one to end on. Let's see. What is one scene you can't wait for readers to experience? Chantel asked this question.
I did say this like just a couple minutes ago. Chapter 15. It's the party scene, and like I guess it is a trope that I do actually like to write is party scenes. And when I was listening to it on audiobook, I was like,
it hits.
It was very hot. It was like these two characters are like
need to keep it together.
God damn, they do.
So again, as a reminder, if you are
Cosmo.
physical book, it's the new moon.
Yeah, it's exactly halfway through the book. Like,
if you are in ebook format, come on, phone, load, please. Same image, so also the moon. But if you're listening to audio, just know that it is chapter 15 because we did not have the narrator say like the phase of the moon at the start of the chapter.
Yeah, but I like everything that happens in like those 2-3 chapters, but just that chapter specifically just does it for me. I like it.
Yes, totally makes sense. Okay, I think last thing about music, I should have asked this with the other music questions. Sorry. Chantal had also asked, is there a theme song to your novel, even if you didn't listen to it while writing the book?
One of the ones that is on the playlist, Battlefield Battlecry. Oh my goodness, I don't even remember what it's called.
I just looked at it, so I also should know the answer to this. I think it's Battlefield, but I could be wrong.
Battlecry. do.
See, this is why I do stuff.
Wait, there's two of them. That's why there's Battle Cry and Battlefield.
Okay.
And so now I think it's Battlefield. Yeah. Sam put it in the chat. That one just sort of really encompasses what exactly they're going through throughout the entire book and like the stakes. So that one's really good.
Oh, you also put Battle Cry and Battlefield right on top of each other in the playlist, so my brain.
Because I did it alphabetically.
Yeah. You did Bones. Didn't you do? I know you did Bones by Sail North in your reels, but then didn't you do Bones by yet another musical artist?
Yeah, so the one that's in the playlist, Bones by Wens.
Yes.
That one is also just really good because it's about bones.
Yeah.
That one's very much like Kelly's song. And then the other Bones by, what are they called? Sail North? I don't actually know.
Sail North, yeah.
That one's Evan's song.
Yeah.
So like
it was
two
great.
songs called Bones. Very different vibes for both my characters. But I think Battlefield is like the book.
Okay. Very cool. Sam asked, favorite aha moment in writing Heirs of Bone and Sea.
Favorite
and is it the same or different than you writing necromancers, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, question mark, question mark, question mark?
Oh, that was very much an aha moment. Favorite aha moment. I think it. I want to say it was like when the like really big stakes were revealed in the book and like how they're revealed. Like that one's just sort of like it's an aha moment for the characters, I guess. But for me,
okay. The question is it when character A discovers it alone, or is it when finally character B gets on board?
When character A tells character B, and then character B's identity is revealed.
Right. Okay. Yes.
That one was the moment for them.
Yes.
But some of the like little aha moments for me, which I noticed when I got my author copies, I decided to like annotate a copy for Sam because she's been there through the whole process. And I was like, I want to give her something a little special. So it's like annotating a copy. And I was making connections that I did not make when I wrote the book, when I revised the book, when I submit, like these connections did not come to me until I was reading it again and like looking at it. And I was like, oh, I foreshadowed this like 15 chapters ago. And it's like, oh, I mirrored this thing 15 chapters ago. And like, it just fits so perfectly. I'm like, I must either be a genius or like, I don't know. Like, it's those little like aha moments that sort of pop up and are sprinkled throughout where it's like, I didn't intend for this to happen, but if you notice and you make the connections, then yes, I definitely intended for it to happen. I'm really glad you like it.
I think annotated books are like such a cool thing that need to become more common for authors to do. I don't mean like, you know, some people would argue like, oh, that like brings the value down. I'm like, no. I'm not saying every copy needs to do that because first of all, like, ow. Like
right?
even if they annotated a copy and then they like printed that just by copying the text every time, I'd be like, authors write long books. Like that's intense.
It was a lot of work. It took me a few days and I was just like, I haven't written by hand in so long. My hand hurts.
Yeah.
But also it was just like cute writing in the margins.
Yeah.
It was a fun project. Which reminds me, oh my goodness, I meant to do this like so long ago. Sam sent me something. It arrived last week, I think it was, but she had like a little note. She was like, do not open until the 5th. So I was like, oh, I'll open it on live stream.
Okay, great.
I don't know. She just wrote, this lighting. Oh my goodness.
To open March 5th.
March 5th. So I'm gonna open it. I was gonna completely forget about this too. I even told her earlier. I was just like, I'm gonna open it on live stream. I've already ripped the packaging. My bad.
In my family, there were two people who were married. There was a couple that was married to each other. And one was like, rip the wrapping paper off no matter what. And the other was like, no, you have to like be very careful and preserve it. And so in my family, we're always like, oh, you did and then we say the name of the person, depending on how damaged the wrapping paper is. There's a card in the envelope, which probably has a personal message that you're going to want to read yourself. But oh, that's awesome.
I'm trying to get the lighting properly. It's like, oh my god.
It's a Funko.
It's a little Kelly Funko.
That's
She's so cute. And she's wearing the dress that she's wearing in that picture, which happens in chapter 15. There's a little bone on her dress.
If you take her out of the
my god, there is a little bone on the dress.
That's so cool. And then Sam is saying that you should read the card that's in the envelope, but you don't have to do that on live stream because I'm going to assume it's like a personal thing.
And she has like the little moonstone necklace.
I'm gonna make you big, okay, like full screen, just so people can like see the box a little bit better, if you don't mind. I don't want to scare you by like, oh my god, I'm big all of a sudden.
Let's go big.
Okay.
It's really hard.
I see the necklace.
And then, oh, hold on. You know what? I'm just going to open her. I have so many Funko Pops, but like...
Now your most precious Funko Pop possession.
Look at it. Look at that little bone right there.
Oh, I love it.
She's so cute. And her hair is braided like it is in chapter 15.
I love that.
Oh my goodness, she's adorable.
That's so awesome.
Thank you so much, Sam. Oh, I love her. I'm just going to hold her like this for the rest of the stream.
That's great. We only have 2 questions left.
Okay.
They're both from Jessie.
Thank you, Jessie.
Top 3 favorite authors. My caveat is they do not have to be in order if that's going to stress you out.
Well, my all-time favorite author is V. Schwab. I actually do have like a little dedication to V. Schwab in the acknowledgments of my book. It says, to V, you don't know who I am, but like she inspires me every single day. In my writing. And also the boat that they're on at the beginning of the book, the Grey Bard, I named after Delilah Bard of Grey London in A Darker Shade of Magic. So I said the Grey Bard is for you.
To V.E. Schwab, who doesn't know me, but whose words and wit inspire me every day. If my prose can be as sharp as hers one day, I'll know I made it. The Grey Bard is for you, V.
I feel like I should have added in like parentheses. Oh, maybe that's a spoiler. I won't say that then.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But the Grey Bard is for V.
Yes.
I had, when I was originally writing the book, I had the 2 options. It was either going to be the Grey Bard or the Wind Rider, because it kind of sounds like Flynn Rider.
Yeah.
But the Grey Bard won out in the end. Oh yeah, we were answering my favorite authors. V. Schwab, Leigh Bardugo. Just absolutely love her writing. So beautiful.
I just came from a Shadow and Bone fan event, so
Heck yeah.
this weekend.
And gosh, I don't know why a third one is so hard for me to think of.
Jesse, I think we're gonna stick with 2 because we don't want to stress Kay out, much less
Yeah.
on release day.
See, I would normally just like look at my bookshelves, but since I'm packing, all my bookshelves are packed
Victoria,
away. And also, I'm at a friend's house, so I just don't have any of my books with me.
Victoria Aveyard, maybe, or
Probably.
also MK Lob, though. I don't know. I feel like there are.
I do love MK Lob's the debut from last year, like Seven Faces of Saints. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And she's Canadian too, which I think is cool.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, there's quite a few.
But you pick bangers for the top 2.
Yeah.
And then the last question, which is what I wanted to be saving for the last question, from Jesse. Thank you very much for all your questions and everyone else who submitted questions. What has been your favorite part of publishing Heirs of Bone and Sea? And I'm holding up the hardcover, but if your answer is about the audiobook, let's do it.
I think my favorite part is just the fact that it's out there. I
have tissues though.
I've been writing for so long, and I've had like different writing groups and writer friends, and then I found the people, and the people encouraged me to submit this book, and I took a chance, and then you took a chance on it, and I think my favorite part is just the fact that other people are going to read my writing for the first time ever.
Your book is in physical stores.
It is front facing in so many stores I've looked at.
Which, to people who don't understand traditional publishing, getting your book in a physical store is harder now than it used to be, because they've started being like, oh, we're only going to stock books that are from like well-established authors. And we were like, well, that kind of sucks for debut authors because they kind of need
to
be visible to like then get successful. Obviously, we try as much as we can other places, but like a physical store is still probably the best way for someone to do an impulse buy. Although TikTok also helps a lot with encouraging impulsivity. So like if you like it and you have a TikTok account, please promote any and all Inimitable books on there. But then if your book is like spine out, like, you don't always know what it is, and it has to be like a really pretty spine / you've seen the title somewhere. But if it's face out, you have so much more real estate to get people's attention. And publishers used to be able to pay a ton of money to kind of cheat the system and do these things called end caps, where it's like, oh, if there's a theme display or whatever at the end or front of an aisle. And a lot of bookstores started saying no, which to me doesn't really make sense because that was like more money in their pocket. So now there are fewer ways for a publisher to guarantee a front-facing book. So when Kay and you're posting things of front-facing, I'm like,
I walked into the bookstore the other day because Indigo put it out early, of course.
I'm still a little bit confused by that, but you know what? If it meant that you got to see your books,
I got to see it, and the way I walked in, like I was going towards the teen section because I knew exactly where it was going to be. I chose the name Adams so that it's like right at the front. Like I had kind of planned this for a while. I was just
I'm proud of you. I didn't know that, but I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I was like, it's going to be right there, right at the beginning. So I walked in, and I wasn't quite sure the layout of this store, like where they started the alphabetical whatever.
Alphabetical order. You're correct.
Yeah. I was going to say alphabeticalization. I don't think that's a word.
Alphabetization. I haven't said that word in so long.
So I wasn't sure. So I like saw some books like across from me, And then I turned and I just cried. Like, it was the first thing I saw front facing, because if it wasn't front, I don't think I would have noticed it like as quickly. And like, I just put my hand over my mouth and I was just like, I'm going to sob in this indigo. I hope no one looks at me. So it was just very surreal to see it front facing, because that is the best way for new read. Like, when I go in the bookstore, I'm looking at covers. Covers sell books.
Don't
Like,
judge a book by its cover. I'm sorry.
the
Meaning of the saying makes sense, but it's again based on a very wrong thing. Like Shoot for the Moon,
exactly.
Factually incorrect. Don't
Like,
judge a book by its cover.
you gotta, and this cover is just so stunning. Keelan did an amazing job with it.
You have like the glowing moon, which is like really,
I love the glowing moon.
Given that like this is printed, this isn't like we chose not to do silver foil because we felt like it would pull away from everything else and things like that. You still have this glowing effect.
Stunning. And like, I feel like it really draws the eye, and it was just right there, right next to some huge names in YA. And I'm like, that's my book. I love the back as well. Like, that's one of my most favorite parts about it, is the little fairy tale that I wrote. And that's just, it was so incredible to see it just there, and other people will see it and hopefully think it looks cool as well and pick it up.
So please buy it. If you did pre-order and didn't upload your receipt, you can still do that. I think I'll be kind and leave it up for maybe, I know I said I'd close it at the end of this stream. I think I'll close it like at midnight tonight. And then by then you will no longer have a chance to get these beautiful pieces of art. But no matter what, you can still get the book. Yes. Yeah, that is just for Kay.
She looks exactly like the art. And I'm just like, I love her so. Like, look at her. The same skin tone and everything.
So yeah, gorgeous book. Beautiful prose as well. So not just pretty book cover, but like some really poetic things in there. Waterworks, so tissues. And if you'd like to scream into the void, at either
the void will scream back.
If you'd like to yell into the void at either of us, please tag us.
Yeah.
So
thank you so much, everyone, for watching.